All right, so this is just regular fishing line. It is a 10-pound test, and not that we're gonna put 10 pounds on it, but some of the beads for the dangles, they can get kind of heavy, so I figure we could use something a little bit stronger. So for the knot, I'm taking it around twice, and then I'm pulling it. I had made a video. My sweet hubby got me a webcam for Christmas, so I didn't need to use our old cell phone. And anyways, everything was out of frame. It was awful. So spent this morning working on that. So what we're going to do here is we are going to start with 24 beads. I picked up these neat needles here from Hobby Lobby. They're a beading needle, and they have this gap in the center that you thread through, which makes it a lot easier because you know those super thin needles, man, it's hard to get anything through those eyes. So we're just going to start with clear beads. We're going to put on 24. I'm just going to put on 6 at a time. And I have to tell you, working with fishing line, it is, you need the patience with it because it's like having a kid and taking them fishing. I have such good memories of untangling fishing line for my kids. Oh my gosh. Now I'm untangling fishing line for me. So that's 18. Okay, so once you got that done, you're going to take your needle, and it doesn't really matter how many you go back through. Like 3 or 4 should be good. And then we're going to tie it off, and we're going to make a circle. Yeah, one thing about these needles is you don't know which end's the sharp end until it pokes you. And the reason I switched, because I was just using needles that I had, you know, like regular sewing needles, the super thin ones. My goodness. Some of the beads, the holes are different sizes, and I was really struggling getting the needle back through them. So, quick trip to Hobby Lobby and solve that. So, again, we're going to go around twice. And we're going to tie that off. And take your snippers. Okay, nice and tight. So this is right here. I think I'll probably have enough. This is going to be like the hardest part of putting these together is just handling these initial loop here. But if this is the hardest part, it's not so hard. It did take me forever to figure out this pattern to go over the glass balloons. But I believe that we could use these on any regular size ornaments. Glass is probably better than plastic, but use what you have and make it pretty. And I know that Hobby Lobby is all sold out of the balloons. And part of the reason locally is because I bought every single one they had. And I did that because I'm making these for my grandchildren and then also my sister's grandchildren. So you can just pick any old bead. And at this point right here, just go through one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Make sure it's all nice and in there, nice and tight. And with these just little cut-ins, you don't have to worry about those because we're going to end up at the end flipping this inside out. So those will all be on the inside. So we got that done. Set that right there. Okay, so I have all my beads set up here. And we're going to be using pinks and purples. And I'm going to go ahead and link all of these in the description. Just know that, you know, for some odd reason, it's really hard to find beads right now, especially like Do Warm is, they don't have very many. So the color combination, it's, you might just have to be creative. Anyway, so we're going to start with this light pink. And if it's not right next to the clear, you'll never know it's light pink because it really is very light. So we're going to start with 10 beads on here and put 5 on at a time. Oh, there's a knot down here. Let's see. I'm going to take those off and figure out how I got a knot in here. And that's the one thing about working with fishing line. I've never, this is my first project actually, using fishing line or any sort of string. So this is super annoying. And it's a tiny little knot. Well, I use one of these pins to see if I can undo it. Definitely will test your patience with the knots. There we go, almost there. String it in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, shoot. All right, now we're gonna put on 10 beads. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I don't care what shape of bead I'm using, as long as they're faceted. So these are rondelles, but the white ones are the bicones. So let's see. So we have 3, 6, 8, and 10. So keeping track of your count is pretty important. Then we're going to go 3 beads over from this spot. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go underneath that bead. So 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Here, let's do that again. It's almost like it doesn't want me to make a video. My last video was beautiful and perfect. And then was nothing was on the screen. All right, now we go. So we're gonna go under here. We're gonna line it up at the 3rd bead over. So from where you start, so here's your wire. You're gonna count over 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna tuck it between those 2 beads right there. And then you're going to go back through, so your line is behind. You're going to bring it forward, and you're going to go over the top of those 2 beads. So it just kind of encompasses. So wrapped around that hoop, I guess that would be the best way to put it. And this count right here is super important, that you stay with those beads. So we have 3 between. 1, 2, 3. So if we count the 2 beads that we just went back through, we just add 8 beads now. That was 5. And here we go, 8. So, to show you what I'm talking about, the 2 beads you went through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have all 10 beads there. Now you're going to go over 3 beads again. You're going to go underneath them. And like I said, this is right here is the hardest part of this whole thing. After this, it gets pretty easy, I promise. So you're going to go back up. So your wire, your string is underneath that hoop. You're going to bring it back over the top and go back through just 2 beads. And make sure your distance is 3 beads. So 1, 2, 3. You'll see why it's so important to keep count as we go along. I can't tell you how many of these I made trying to figure out what exactly I needed to do to go around the top of one of those glass balloons. So it took a minute. Okay, so now we're going to add on 8 more. Go over 3. Go back through. Yeah, I messed up plenty when I first started doing this. It just took patience and just keep, I just kept doing it. So put on 8 again. And go over 3. Come back up into 2. Try not to stab yourself too much, like that. Oh my goodness. Darn it. Over 3. Back up. More. Wow, I'm going to have a lot to sweep up. One more. Oh my goodness. Lost that one. Yeah, once you get past this part, it's super easy. Sometimes your needle will try to go through 3 at a time. Don't do that. It really messes with the shape. I tried it. It's like, well, if we go through 2, we should be able to go through 3. No. No. I'm sure for some projects it would be okay. But for this one, just to keep the shape. Give me something to do tomorrow after church. Sweep. It looks like we just might have just enough line to finish this one. So that is good. Okay. 3 over. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now here, which is our last hoop, we have the 2 that we went over, and then we're going to have the 2 that we go back through. So instead of 8, we're going to do 6. So there's 10 beads in all the way around. So there will be 1, 2, you add 6 is 8, and then 9, 10. And then you're going to go back through these 2 beads on this side. And look what you have. Just have a little bit of a ding in them. So it's just getting them to the right spot. So around, like you're making a half knot, and then take it around again and just tuck it back through one more time. I feel like on the fishing line that this makes the knots particularly strong. But you're working little bitty pieces, which I shouldn't be. So the safest way to do it is for each one of these rows to go ahead and just start with fresh string. Don't worry too much about the little tags, because when we're done, this right here will actually be the inside. So it's a little bit of a tag right there. We can take care of that guy. So we'll just flip it inside out. Okay, so I loaded up some new fishing line, and this is how it should be with every row that you do, or set. I don't know, not exactly rows. Is just start all over. Any extra long pieces, I go ahead and save them for the leftover. I save them for those center rings. Just a little bit of waste. So you're going to go back up through. And if they've already got a knot on them, that makes it particularly hard. So go back up through 2 right here. Sometimes you have to use the pliers. There we go. Especially when they've already got like 4 strands of fishing line through them. It gets kind of tight. See, we've got a little bit of a loop there. And then we're going to take that needle. We're going to go halfway through. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the next. So we're going to go through 3 of them. That was easier because that one only had 2 fishing lines through it. And just make sure it's all nice and snug, you know, because getting the little loops that are left, it's easy to do. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our next color. I'm gonna put this guy away. On the camera, I think you can see that it's pink compared to the white, but over here, I think it's a little bit harder. Okay, we'll get started on that one next. All right, so obviously I do not have a lot of pink and purple beads. So this one, we're gonna do 12. That is our number here. So we'll put on 6 at a time. Said 6 at a time, but I only put 4 on that one, so I need 2 more. I'll check my count after I get all those out. Okay, 12. And then it is the exact same pattern, except for now you get to work on these hoops. So we're still going over 3, so it's 1, 2, 3. We're going to go underneath and bring them all to us. Pull out any little hoops that are over here. Make sure it's nice and tight. And if you get this off, it does mess with your pattern. So go right back through 2 just like we did before. Patience of Job. Here we go. Nice and tight. It really does pay to check your work as you're doing each one of them. So because we went back through, we'll go with 10 on the next one, because 10 plus those 2 would be the 12. I think that was the hardest thing for me to learn to grasp, is the count part of it. It's subtracting for what you've already gone through. So that's 5. And I bought most of these beads last year, so I can't even tell you if they're still available this year. I know a couple weeks ago, I went and got a bunch of beads that I noticed that they were very low in quantity. And I just started getting them early, or no, actually yesterday was my first delivery. So I'm assuming they were being shipped from China just because it took quite a while to get them. And the rest of my order should be in next week. So again, I'm putting on 10 beads over here. So that's my first 5. And the third one. And after you get done with that initial ring, oh my goodness, it gets so much easier. Except for holding on to your needle. These springy needles, woo. You're gonna go back through the first 2. I'm gonna put that at the number 3 bead. Just give it a good tug. I'm gonna double check that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, yep. Okay, that's just one that we need to clip. 5 beads again. underneath. So first 5. Second 5 underneath. And don't feel bad if you have to start over and over and over. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I can't tell you how many times I did this. Not just because I made a mistake in my count, but that happened quite a few times. But also, I'm just trying to get the right shape. The good news is it's pretty easy to take apart. So your beads are all very recoverable. I did save some that I did. I'll show you after I get done with this bunch. I don't think I mentioned that these are 4mm bicones. Sorry. Well, they're not all bicones, but they're all 4mm. Okay. Again, through the next hoop. And at number 3. It's easy to fix if you've caught that you were on number 2 or number 4. It just takes concentration, but yeah, you could always kind of slide this back through those 2 beads and then readjust it. And I know it's so hard to see with the color of the beads that I chose to use. Actually, it probably would be hard to tell with anything that was translucent. Okay, so this one we're going from here to here. We started with 12 beads, and then all of these were adding 10 beads to the 2 beads we went through. But since we have 2 here and then we'll have 2 here, we only need 8 beads. So we're still at 12, but because 4 of the beads are already on, that leaves us with a count of 8. And the number changes only on the very last hoop that you put on. I like these little Hobby Lobby needles just because they're very flexible. Kind of tweak them a little bit. Okay, so this is where we're at. Right here. Let me grab one of these. Oh, that one's got a tag on it. This one doesn't. So this is the hoop top that you'll hang it from. And we will end up filling this in with beads. I do that last. I do it last so that I can get my shape first. So it's kind of how it looks on the side. See how beautifully that fits it? I do have up here an ornament. See if I can get it down without knocking everything over. Now these ones are plastic. They probably be pretty from a distance, but I think I got these ones from Dollar General. But see how that fits on just a regular ornament? That would work there too. Really good. So, you know, I know that those are not available. The balloons are not available at Hobby Lobby right now. But I believe they start getting their Christmas stuff in August or September. So if you're interested in doing the balloons, get on their website and type in glass balloons and then ask them to email you when they are available. And then you can just purchase them online if you don't have a store that's close to you. So on this one, I just went back through 3 beads right there, and I am going to cut it just long enough to give myself some tie room. Just enough that it doesn't slip from my fingers too easy. I'm wearing a lot of lotion. My hands have really dried out this winter. Everything's dried out this winter. It's like, ugh. All right. So when I'm cutting my, I don't know, maybe I did say it already, but when I'm cutting my fishing line, I try to give myself about 4 feet. I don't measure, but you know, I can eyeball that it's about 2 feet twice. So I'm going to load up this guy and then I will be back. Okay, so our last set of beads was 12. This set of beads will be 14. And I am going back through those 2 right there. Handy dandy pliers. Because now it will have 6. pieces of fishing line through it. Make sure it's nice and snug. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on top. So we're going to go through 4 on top. And bring it out. Make sure those are nice and taut. And then we'll put on 7 beads at a time. So these are longer needles, so it makes it easy to load them up with beads. Those two are stuck together. So our first 7 beads. Okay, make sure it's on there very good. We're going to go underneath. And we're going to find the 4th bead to go between the 4th and the 5th bead. Okay, so you've got a loop right there. That up. First couple of times I did this, I didn't check those very well. Just make sure it's on there nice and tight. Okay, so we're gonna take away these 2 from the 14. So now we're gonna load it up with 12 beads each. I'm just putting 6 on it at a time. Usually when I'm doing beading projects, I can listen to a podcast or watch Marianne, MSJ Crafts Boutique on the side on my phone. But this is so much counting and so much concentration. It's like I know if I do it, I will mess up. So I have to have it nice and quiet. Okay, and again, is another little loop here, stuck here. So just pull on them both. And make sure you're 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I missed one here. So move it over. And I'll probably lose that spot anyways, just in getting this, but it's always good to know. It's 2 beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's a little loop there, so one of them needs to get pulled tighter. And again, it's 12. Underneath. Just got a loop right there. Pulling that one out. Should be nice and tidy. And that we are between bead number 4 and bead number 5. Go back through 2. Got a tingle there. Here we go. It just wants to tingle on this one. Don't let that frustrate you. Okay, and do 12 beads again. Make sure it's nice and tight. Underneath. And the 4th one over. Go back through 2 of them. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's very graceful. Maybe that's because it's not. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've got over here a big loop. So we're going to get this set that fourth one, between the fourth and the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull them one at a time and pull that out so that the loop over here is gone and it's nice and tight right against these. Sometimes it's easy to miss. Okay, 6. All right. Then we go back through. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yep, missed it. So just flip it over one. It's pretty easy to do before you pull it tight, but look at this. Got another extra loop back there. So pull on that one. I don't know, it's just a good guess. And you can pull on these pretty hard. I mean, it is 10-pound test. As long as you're supporting your work, it actually is. And that's what Marianne always says, is support your work. She is the one that taught me everything I know and then gave me the confidence to explore and do more. So if you haven't subscribed to her channel, go do it. She has not been on in a while. She has just one thing after another with that poor lady. So, but she's got some really great content. She is a wonderful teacher. So we're going to go through 2. And I can already tell I've got a hoop over here again. So we want to make sure that we are at number 4, which is right there. Pull that wire. So close to being done with this one. I am very limited on my larger beads for making the dangles in colors. I have a lot of clear, larger beads, but dangles will be coming up soon. So 6. Okay, Okay, and again, see right there we have a, nope, not that one. There we go. Let them fall off. Go underneath. We're going between 4 and 5. And up through 2. Okay. One more over. There we go. Now, once again, we got a little hoop over there. Just pull on it until it's taut. Okay, so this one is our last one in this section. So we have 2 here and 2 here. So 14 minus 4 is 10. So 10 is what we're going to be putting on this guy instead of the 12. And once you get one done, I suggest you keep it as a pattern because having the pattern makes it really easy to go back and see what you've done before. Let's see. I'll go ahead and pull that through and then we'll thread it through the rest. Again, a hoop. So you can pull on these until it goes away. Then you want to be able to tie it away from so we'll tie it down here. See if we can get it through that one. There we go. And that way, if for some reason your knot fails, there's a lot that has to happen to actually undo this thing from gravity. I'll cut it so. Oh my goodness. There we go. Should just have a pair of scissors out here. So trying to use these things. What is wrong with them? Maybe it's time to retire these guys. See if I'll cut this. If not, I'll just go grab the other ones. Look at that. Would you look at that? Okay. So let's bring this guy back over here. And look at what a beautiful fit that is. So the next row that we're going to do, we're going to have some heavier beads. So these will have some drag on them and kind of be pulled down a little bit. So these are the warm beads. So that's funny that they're stuck together like that. They're usually really good quality beads. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we're gonna do our little knot thing here. And again, I'm using about 4 feet for each section. And then just saving the leftovers. All right, I didn't grab new anything, so my goodness. All right. Get my needle. Okay, we're gonna go back up these two. That's where the pliers really can come in handy. That one may not be a good one. That may have a knot on it. Let's go to the next one. There we go. That's a lot easier. There we go. So on this one, we're still going to do 12 of the 4mm, and then we're going to add these in. So we're going to do 6 on each side. And this purple here, which is a super cool purple, and yes, they are glass. I got them when I first started beading, and this is all I have left. But it is a mix of bicones and it's a mix of rondelles, so it's whatever I grab. That one actually has fishing line already through it, so I'm gonna put that one aside. I'll clean it up later. So we'll go 6 here. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. Out of there. My husband had come in and distracted me. We're just gonna blame it on him. He's not here to defend himself, so wanted to know if it was okay to eat dinner without me. Yes, eat dinner without me, please. Okay, so we're gonna go back through. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're gonna go through 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Oh my goodness. All right. So, yeah, you always want to start in the middle of the group. Okay. Now we're gonna put 6 on. And then this beautiful little rose. And then 6 on. Oops. Let's make sure over there. All those tight. And then the count was 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to put the string between 5 and 6. And this is exactly why I cannot have anything playing in the background while I'm doing this, because it is it's good concentration work. Probably good for your brain. Pull that taunt. I want that taunt over there too. So over here we have 2. So 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are going to put on 3 on this side. And I'll show you why in just a second. You have that those 2 right there. And then you're going to put on this bead. I'm looking to break them here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to put on 5 more beads on the other side. So it's 3 and 5. Okay, I got it in the right spot. I'm going to go back through. Oh, shanked it. These 2 right here. Just double check that we are right. 2, 3, 4, 5. I was 1 off. Nope, still 1 off. Move it over 1. There we go. So see how that's in the middle. It'll be easier to see when we get all the way done. Let's see here. Okay. So 3 and then 5. Because you're counting those 2. And you're going to put on this guy. Then you're going to put on 5. Yeah, I have had the worst time trying to find purple beads. So I have a sister that lives in Oregon, and I have a sister that lives in Nevada. So I have sent them the color purple, this color purple, that I am looking for in a bead, and asked them to go bead shopping for me. Okay, so we're going back through the 2 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we landed correctly that time. Nice. So see how that's landing in the middle? It's probably hard to see. Okay, so we're gonna do 3. Saw the little loop down there. Just pull it tight. And this side gets 5. Go back through the 2. Just double check where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy feels like he's in the wrong spot. There we go. Nope, he's still in the wrong spot. Slide him over one. I think that's really pretty. My girls are going to be happy with that. Marianne gifted me these quite a while ago. And I have not had a project to use them on, so I was pretty pretty stoked to be able to use it on something for the grandkids because they are so pretty. And I have seen them online. I just don't ask me what's up with the beads right now. Oops. Oh my gosh. Okay, up through this one. Okay, number 5 is right there. So if you get it on the wrong one, you can always push this back through those beads and make your hoop bigger, and then you can adjust it. Yeah, cool. Okay. So I have a granddaughter, and her name is Tatum. And man, I have so many beads on the floor. Anyways, everybody calls her Tater Tot. She is a spitfire. Oh my goodness. I just love that little girl. She is a sass bucket. Not in a rude way, but in a smart way. Two, three, four, 5. Cool. And this one is going to be hers. Okay, so back here, see, we have some looseness. Sometimes it's easier just to pull them one at a time and make them tight. Here we go. Oh, still a little bit of a gap there. So one of them, there we go. You can kind of feel it snapping, and then you'll see it. Oh, I think I did not grab enough of those. Yeah, I'm one shy. Here we go. And then 5 on this side. Get over there. Okay, pause you real quick. Go grab the next one. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Oops. There it is. Okay. So on this side, because we're going back through those two, all we need again is 3. And that will be our 10. Okay, I'm gonna grab those pliers and there's pulling it through. Okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna put it on the balloon so that you can see what I was talking about with the 3 and the 5. Let's see. Guess. So this webcam does not have autofocus. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to go get a different camera. It was a nice try for a Christmas gift. It's just not what I needed. But hopefully you can see this okay. Anyways. Put that one back. So we have one more row to put on. Take off this one. Okay, so round once, round twice. Pull as tight as you can. Okay. So we have one more to put on, but with that one, we incorporate dangles. So I am going to get my supplies ready and then we will get going on that. So I will be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is make some dangles. And I don't know if anybody else was like me and bought these super cheap pens, but it is pretty easy to straighten them. I'm going to tell you that. Yeah. So just use a pair of pliers and hold on to one end. And then these cool pliers, they have like this silicone grip to them. And you can just do this and straighten your wires. And it works pretty darn good. And these are the flathead pins, and so these ones will be the bottom of our dangles. And Marianne from MSJ Crafts Boutique recommended these, and she uses these pliers for her tree trunks. You know, if she has a wire out of place, she just uses them there, and she does such beautiful work. But I was looking for an easy way to straighten these. I'm like, oh, I wonder if those pliers will work. And yes, they do. It's not perfect, but it's better than what it was. Just get through all of these. I'm going to pause you and I'll finish these up. Okay, they're not perfect, but they're better. So, we have these guys that I want to use in the dangles, and then these guys. And I don't have any big flowers, but I figured that dangling down, that those would look really pretty. So I'm gonna figure out how to put these on, and I'm thinking with these guys that we will just put them on with these hoops. Might be a trick, because that hole is way deep. And oh, there we go. All right, let's get all of those guys done. So these guys have the hole that goes through, so that'll make it easier. Oh, did I just break it? Pliers. Going the other direction. Yeah, I tweaked that one way too much. So take it off. It's funny how the first one will work really great for you. I think I got these ones from Hobby Lobby. It's either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Just going into their bead section and going, oh, sparkly. There we go. That one worked. So we need 8 dangles altogether. And one to come off each one of those flowers. And so I'm thinking I might need more of these than I do of these, but we'll see how that works out. So these are the ones that have the hoops at the end, and these ones are the flat heads. So, And we have these also. So let's go ahead and do those real quick. So I want to do 2. And these are those, I think they're called chandelier beads. They're kind of an octagon. Now we'll put a hoop here and a hoop here. And these are the split rings, but these are the half split rings. I can give you a link on Amazon. Much easier to work with than the full split rings. And I have not had a problem with them holding anything. So it's easy and easier to get them on. So we'll do 4 with 2, and then we'll do 4 with 3. So we get different lengths in our dangles. And you can buy these with these hoops already on them. So I'm going to pause you while I get these done. Okay, so I got these to a good point. So these 4 will be ending dangles. And these 4 will put something in between them. So something on top and something on bottom. And we will start with, I think these guys we'll take up. So these guys, super pretty. And I think we can go, let's see, let's put one of these. And one of these. Ah, my looper. So one thing you want to do is when it's super tight like that, go ahead and bring it around and close it up. So we'll just do one so you kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here. So this piece right here will be beaded on, and this will be the dangle. So let's do a bottom. Let's go with a clear bead, a dark bead, and something like that. Through the looper. Oh, that one closed nicely. Have one done, and We will have our template. That one is garbage. Okay. And then, so that's for these guys. So we'll do 4 more, or 3 more of these. So big clear. See how dark those purples are? It's like, unless you hit it with a flashlight or sunlight, you don't even know that it is purple. It's so weird. And I am just, like I said, I don't have a lot of purples and pinks. So I am just using what I have to make it match. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. There we go. That one could have been a little bit tighter, but so I'll get all the bottom ones done, and then I'll go through and do these tops. This one's for bygones. Trying to get it to match the best I can. Like I said, it's for my little Spitfire. She's so smart. She's gonna notice it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying these half split rings. I think that's what they're called. It's just super easy to work with. Let's see. Okay, now I'm gonna make those tops. And those ones are with the one with the pins with the loops in them. So that one goes on first. And then we add one of these. No, those ones are too big. Medium size. I think those are probably 10 millimeters. But, you know, with a project this big and that takes so many beads, I would suggest that, you know, I'll link everything, but I would just suggest that use what you got. Try to figure out, like the dangles are the easiest, and they don't all have to match, but the matching is nice. So, but it doesn't have to. I mean, I'm on some Facebook groups and I see some of the stuff those ladies put out, and no, it's not all matching beads, and it's beautiful. Such creativity. Okay, that one didn't close all the way up either. Oh, yeah, those look really nice, huh? Well, anything sparkly looks really nice. Let's see. Okay, now we need to build the tops for these guys. Let's see. What if we put in one of these? So, clear. Round. I really just don't have. Let me grab some more clears. I'll just put on that. Yeah, after watching Marianne, I know better than to buy the cheap pins anymore. Oh my goodness. Her pins come out of the package and they are straight. Okay, so see the size difference? Oh, look at that. That isn't very much of a size difference. So let's fix that. Let's add, I'm going to add 2 more of these. I have just enough to do that. I have to order some more of these. So we don't want them dangling at the same level. So let's see if that's too much. Let's see. I think it needs one more. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that might be too much. No, we're going to leave it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add on 2 more to each of these, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here's what I ended up with the dangles. I'm thinking about these guys. It's like, yeah, maybe, maybe not. We'll see after we get them on. But anyways, I'm gonna clean up the mess, load up some string, and then we'll get to the very last section of our beautiful beading. So I'll be right back. Okay, so our final row. I'm just gonna stick the needle through the big bead. I don't know if I can get a knot big enough without making it be. Might go through. Yeah. All right. Because those holes are big, big. So what we're going to do is we're going to start back here. We're going to go through all 3 of those beads. These pliers. And that'll get our knot stuck. Back here on the small bead. Just keep pulling it until it's all the way through. That one. This one. Okay. Now we're going to put on. This is a mix of light purples. And so they're going to go on random. However I pull them, that's how they're going on. And 7 beads on each side. And then we're going to start putting on our dangles. This one I grabbed is one of the short ones, so it'll be every other one. It gets easier as the string gets shorter. And then we're going to go through the next large bead. And there we have one dangle put on. And we'll do 7 again. Trying to straighten up my string so it's a little more even, so I don't have so such big bows in there. Okay. Grab one of the super long ones. And then 7 more beads. It's probably the easiest part. Everything. And I think if you follow my pattern, it will only take you maybe 3 hours to build one of these. Go back through the big bead. Oh my goodness. Look what I just did. I put on the 7, put it through the big bead. Forgot my dangle and the other 7. I can't even blame that one on my husband. Oh my goodness. Well, okay. So now we're doing a smaller one. Holy cow. Can I go take a nap now? Actually, it's almost bedtime, so thank goodness. All right, now we can go through that bead. It's all nice and tight. That's 4. Yeah, I think there's 3 different shades of purple lavender in there. Just bought from different companies. They call this one crystal lavender or crystal purple, actually. One more. Yeah, in that last order, I had ordered some purple beads, and when they came in, they were darker than the darkest ones on here. They were almost black, and I sent them back. Maybe I'm just old school and think of purple as a different color than it is now. I don't know. We are very close to being done. Oops. That one just came off. Close that guy up. Well, one thing's for sure, it will be very girly. Let's see. 7. I am doing this for the grand boys too. Mine and my sister's grand boys. And I kind of have an idea of their favorite color, so that helps. I have some sweeping to do tomorrow, so I can do some bead collecting. Oh, goodness. Let's see, so I like that one. The last one, you guys. Then we just take care of the top real quick. And then I will go put together a little video of it dangling. And we're going to go ahead and stick it through those 3 right there. And then we'll tie a knot right there. Okay. I'm just double checking that it is tight all the way around, and it looks like it really is, so. Oh, come on. I think I cut it a little bit too short. Here we go. Alrighty. Let's see how long that one is. No, should probably get a fresh one. Some. There's a scrap one right here. We can be working with 5 beads on top. And I'm thinking I'm going to just go ahead and use those light purple ones, crystal purple ones. And I don't think it really matters, but I will put links on to the beads that I'm using that I can actually find. It's like I said, I have no idea what is going on with some of the companies that I've bought from multiple times being out of beads. I mean, that is just ridiculous. Why would you be out of beads? Let's see if we can get this needle to go. Well, maybe what we'll do is just a slip knot. because that is pretty tight. So a slip knot, just take it through. We'll slip it right there. Get it nice and tight. So 5 beads, and your space is still the 3. And that'll be pretty easy because we can just follow this one. You're going to go back through. 2 of them. So now you're going to just put on 3 at a time until you get back to here. Because the 2 you went through, and then 3 makes 5. And over 3. And then go back through 2 of those 3. That pack of needles that I got from Hobby Lobby, I think, comes with 4 for almost $4. So I think it's time to switch it out. But it's a good $1 well spent, you know. Make sure that your landing is at the 3 so the top looks good too. I know it probably looks like a bit of a hot mess right now, but it will get better. It's funny, I have a 12-year-old granddaughter. She just turned 12. I haven't said hot mess in a long time. And anyways, I was talking to her on the phone, and she says, "Oh, Grandma, I was such a hot mess." Oh my gosh, it just cracked me up. It's like 12 years old. It's like, oh, wait till you get into your 50s, honey. You'll know then. I didn't want to scare her about getting old, but yeah. She cracks me up. So funny. So her and my grandson are homeschooled. They live off grid, and my son and daughter-in-law, they decided to homeschool them, and let me tell you, those kids have vocabularies that are so impressive. Just absolutely. Her brother is 8, And to listen to them talk, you'd think you were listening to adults. I'm very proud of my son and daughter-in-law and how they're raising them and how they're teaching them. No, this one's off right there. That's why that looks goofy, but it's still loose, so there we go. I'm going to have to do 2 more loops. I don't know. This one, we're just going to put 1 on here because we're going to bring it back down those 2 beads. And look at that. Now you have your hole to stick the top of the balloon or the top of the ornament through. Okay. So remember when we had all those clippings on this side? Now all of those clippings are on the underneath side. Let me grab this guy again. And I'm sorry about my camera. I will be getting a new one. I already talked to hubby. Anyways, turned out beautiful. I'll take a picture of it hanging. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon.